BookTube, it's Louise the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day, wherever it is you are and whatever it is you are doing. It is Wednesday, the 6th of June. Had to think about that for a moment there. I almost said Tuesday or Thursday. And that's because it was back after half term for Benedict on Monday, but it wasn't. It was teacher training, so he didn't go until yesterday, Tuesday. So that became Monday. So that became Tuesday, my Monday. So today is very much got the feeling of Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday. So today's Wednesday, my Tuesday. So it's going to be great on Friday. I'm going to be thinking it's Thursday, and actually it'll be Friday, and then I'll be like, oh, tomorrow's the weekend. So anyway, there we go. That's where I'm up to. I'm actually going to sit and record a yarn chat, which is my other kind of videos that I do, where I talk about all my adventures with yarn and wool, either crocheting or knitting and all things like that, because I've got lots to talk about there. But I thought I'd do a quick BookTube catch-up to show you some books that I got for my birthday, both that I bought myself and that the husband bought for me, and what I'm reading and what I'm currently listening to. So it's a kind of a little wrap up. Haven't done much reading recently. I've been I had to get a knitting project done, and so I was sitting concentrating on that, and then other things have been going on, and I just haven't read that much. I've started a lot of books and not got very far with them, and I don't think it's them, I think it's me. I think it's just a question of, I read about 11 or 12 in May, and then I've just slowed right down, and I need to pick up the pace again. But I've got these books to inspire me and make me feel really good about myself. So, on my actual birthday, which was the end of May, so thank you so much for everybody that said nice things and said nice comments and birthday wishes. I felt very spoiled all day, and as much as anything, it was getting all the BookTube and Instagram messages. I am on Instagram. I'm louise.stinson on Instagram. I shall leave my details down below in the description box. If you want to come and follow me and chat to me on Instagram, that would be lovely. So I got all the messages, both the comments on here and then on Instagram, saying happy birthday. And I really felt everybody's birthday wishes. It was really lovely. So thank you very, very much. I do hope people realise that when they do send a message through, I always read them, but it does. There's a kind of feeling and an energy attached to it, and it gives me a lift whenever. So thank you so much to everybody. So the books that I got. So I got 2 books. I got this glorious one, The Oxford Illustrated History of Witchcraft and Magic by Owen Davies. I've never even seen this book. Lovely bright orange. And it's not scholarly, but it's a serious look at magic and witchcraft, including all the witch trials, which I'm not sure I really need to know in that detail, but it will be fascinating. And everything, as much as anything, it will give me an idea, kind of an overview of, a more serious overview of kind of what, how we viewed witchcraft and magic and how it's changed over the years as well, from how it being seen as demonic and evil and to nowadays, if you think about how we all respond to Harry Potter and that kind of fantasy element of it and the sense of wanting to have magic in our real world. So I'm interested in that. I've got quite a few books of the more serious Harry Potter books, so the ones with the history of magic and that kind of stuff. So this will go alongside that once I've perused it. I don't think this is a sit down and read book. I think it's one that you pick up and you read some of it and then you put it down and then you get inspired to read some more. But it is glorious. So thank you very much, husband. The other 2 books we went into Cambridge a couple of days later, and he was very much like, well, it is your birthday weekend, and Benedict wanted to go to Forbidden Planet in Cambridge, which is a sci-fi and fantasy shop. So it sells, I'm sure, I don't know whether you know about it, but it sells all memorabilia and all tat connected with all the geekdom, especially the sci-fi and fantasy stuff. But it has a fantastic, the books, they have a good side of books as well. So you get all the pop figures, which I do quite like, but I kind of feel that if that's a road I went down, then it would be a road that I would regret going down, because I'd want to buy all of them, and then what would I do with all of them? Because really, I don't really want them out and about, so it's a bit of a daft thing, and I'm not once I start collecting something, then I'm a finisher, so I'd have to do it. And let's not go down that road. I think it's best if I just don't start. I think even the husband has recognised, just don't start that one. Just don't start that. So we're not going to start that. Anyway, it has all the pop figures, but it also has clothes, and it has like all the Star Wars stuff. We were looking at figures of Star Wars, and they're like kind of £329. I mean, I like it. I like the films and everything, but I can't. No, she says with a huge wooden goddess icon behind her. But no, I don't have that. But it has good books as well. It has loads of manga and comics and graphic novels, and it also has books. And so Benedict and the husband will mooch through the clothes and the kind of stuff, all the geekdom stuff, and like Pokemon stuff and Harry Potter stuff and Doctor Who stuff, and they were looking at that. And I, of course, gravitated towards the books. So I picked up 2 books, and the husband said, well, it's birthday weekend, so I shall treat you. And I was like, yay! Should have known, I'd have picked up more. But no, these were the 2 that I got. So I got Obsidio Illuminae Files 3. So this is the 3rd one. When I went shopping to do birthday book shopping for myself, took myself out on a little date, had to go to Cambridge. Didn't go to Cambridge on my birthday. I went swimming in the Lido. It was a glorious day. Oh, it was just wonderful. But then the following day, on the Friday, I went into Cambridge and I was wandering around Waterstones and I was going, I know there was a book I was going to buy. I know. And I couldn't remember what it was and I should have written it down. And then on the Sunday, I remembered it was Obsidio Illuminae's file. So this is the 3rd in the Illuminae series. It started Illuminae. Second book was Gemina, which I read last month in May. And this is a multimedia book. It's like, I suppose it's the closest thing to a graphic novel without being a graphic novel, really. So it has multimedia and you read it as though it's a case file. Always takes me a couple of pages to get into them, but then I absolutely love them. And I put off reading Gemina for well over a year, and I don't know why. Answers on a postcard. And 1 or 2 other people said, I did exactly the same. And I'm like, why is it we do this? Why is it we get so excited for a book? And something like this, which you can just dive straight into, and it's not like it's a hard read, it's just kind of immersive and fun. Why do we put it off? But we do. So I bought number 3. So he treated me to number 3. So this is, I believe, the final book. I'm hoping it is. I hope they stick to the fact it is going to be a trilogy. So I have started reading it. I read the first probably 20 pages. And then for some reason I put it down. I've been doing that a lot. I haven't read anything for the last couple of, at least a week, because I've just been picking up books and putting stuff down. I had to finish some knitting. Really. I had to finish it. I wanted to do a gift knit for my mother-in-law, and it was a lace thing, and it took some, hello pussycat, it took some concentration, so I was spending a lot of time doing that, and it was eating into my into my reading time, but she's worth it, so that's fine. So I've been picking up and putting stuff down. Pussycat keeps walking away. You gonna come say hello? Yeah, you can come up here. Pause for pause. No, not coming off. Just squeaking over there now. No. So Obsidio, that was that one. Let's keep on track. This is supposed to be a short video and I'm already wandering off. And this was the other book that he treated me to. Andrezej Sapkowski, The Last Wish. So it is a fantasy book, and there are quite a few in the series. And I don't know why, I just fancied it. No more than that. It says best-selling novel which inspired The Witcher. Is it a film series? I don't know. I've not watched it or seen it. I must look it up. But it looked quite good, and I just got attracted to it for some reason. I really don't know why. I think it looks all kind of oh, he's an assassin. Quite like a book about an assassin. So I really quite fancy it. It's not huge as well. That may have been something was the reason why it attracted me. It's not huge, and a fantasy book that's not huge is a good thing sometimes. Sometimes you want fantasy books which are huge, and then sometimes you want fantasy books which are not huge. And this is one of those. So there we go. I can tell you no more than that, but I'm going to read that one actually. And now looking at it, I want to read it now because I'm thinking that will be a good book and it might get me into it, although I'm reading another book. But anyway, we'll see. The two books that I treated myself to are, let's just put those over there. I treated myself to Laini Taylor's Strange the Dreamer, which is very pretty. Very pretty. Could do with a nice frog there at the bottom. I think that would make it even prettier for some reason. I don't know if the frogs are in here, but I like frogs. That will make no sense to anybody else, but to somebody else. Somebody out there will know exactly what I mean by that. I'm thinking of you. So yes, I really liked Daughter of Smoke and Boone. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, that trilogy. I liked it. Did I read all three of them? I'm sure I did. I know what happens at the end, so I must have done. So I really enjoyed that, which is a YA fantasy set in Prague and other worlds and other dimensions. Very good. If you're looking for a YA fantasy read, Laini Taylor's Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I thought it was good. I think a lot of people think that it's a good one as well. And so this is, I don't think YA, I think this is adult. I don't know, because I've deliberately tried not to read it too much. I think the sequel is coming out at some point, whether or not it's a series or a sequel or it's a duology, I don't know. Again, trying not to hear too much about it. I really liked the look of the hardback, but not enough to think, yes, that'll be my hardback read. I thought I'd wait till the paperback came out, and there was an offer on, which you could get 2 for so much, and so I have. So I got that one. So I got Laini Taylor's Strange the Dreamer, and then the other one I picked up again. I'm obviously in a bit of a fantasy kick at the moment, which I hadn't really realised until I looked over all of these books and I thought, fantasy. One of the best books of this year, said Fantasy Book Review, Blackwing by Ed McDonald. Know nothing about it, read nothing about it, heard not of it before. I saw the cover and just thought, yep. And it's called The Raven's Mark, Book 1. And that's it. It's Blackwing walks a line between post-apocalyptic fiction and fantasy, gritty and immersive. So it sounds a bit different than my normal fantasy reads. A bit more testing, perhaps. I don't know. But if you have read Blackwing by Ed McDonald, then let me know. Let's read what it says. Only 3 kinds of people willingly enter the misery: the desperate, the stupid, the greedy. So it's that kind of book, but I think it looks quite good. It's all about ravens, I'm thinking. So there we go. That's why I bought that. So that's my little collection of books that have come in, and you're now up to date with that. An unusual selection for me, but a good one, I think. So that's that. What I'm currently reading at the moment, the book that has caught my eye and has actually caught my attention, although I have been reading it for 2 days now and I'm still only on page 34, and it's not the book's fault, it's because I'm only reading at night and I'm so tired as I'm getting into bed, I'm kind of like that. What a lucky man my husband is. Hello. I am reading the second in the John Madden series, The Blood-Dimmed Tide by Rennie Airth, and it's set in 1931. So it's right in my wheelhouse, right? So it's a crime book set in 1931 in Sussex. Hello you, that's for me. And what I'm listening to is Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep, the new science of sleep and dreams. So you can see I'm on chapter 5 of 19. I'm having to do a lot of driving at the moment when I go and pick Ben up from school and then take it. So when we're in the car together, me and the beautiful Benedict, we are listening to the last Harry Potter. We've made it, friends. Friends, we've made it. He is now old enough and wants to read it and is not shocked. He took the end of book 6 brilliantly. Shall say nothing in case anybody doesn't know what happens at the end of book 6. The Half-Blood Prince. But I was worried about how he would react to it, but he reacted to it brilliantly. So, and this is what we're doing. We're basically listening to Harry Potter in the car. It's fabulous. So we finished number 6. And immediately he said, I want to listen to The Deathly Hallows. So we are. So we are on chapter 17 in The Deathly Hallows. And they've just gone to Godric's Hollow. Then you know where we are. Just so you know where we are. So we're listening to that. And then when he leaves, I either listen to the radio or I listen to my audiobook in the car. And I am listening, as I said, to Matthew Walker's Why We Sleep, because one of my closest chums, who I love muchly, told me this was a brilliant book. Not just me, several of us. And I love knowing about sleep and dream, and I find all that fascinating. And the narrator, I don't know who it's narrated by, and it won't tell me now. I don't know who it's narrated by, but the narrator is brilliant in this and has such a melodic voice. It's just so pleasurable. It's a fascinating topic, and it's deeply pleasurable because he's got such a lovely voice. Win-win, as far as I'm concerned. So that's doing me good. That's doing me good. So that's currently what I'm reading, and then I definitely think I shall be picking from this. Still haven't read Circe yet. And yes, I know, it's brilliant. People keep telling me, it's brilliant, you should read it. And I go, yes. So I think, here we are. I shall pick from one of these 4. I shall pick one of those 4, and then I shall read Circe. So that will be my next 2 books. And then we must get back to the Casual Christie Club. Yes, we will. Honestly, we will. Just give me a week or 2. Still sorting stuff out. Still now trying to sort out a new school. That's not problematic in any way, shape or form. Anyway, Magpie's just gone at me. And I am now warbling, so I shall stop now before this descends into just a ramble, because that won't do anybody any good. This has been lovely, BookTube. Let's do this again sometime. Bye!